Would you ever co-promote a fight with Romero if he wanted to fight Stevenson or any of those guys?
Sure. We're looking for fighters that are competitive with Shakur.
Well, a lot of people they can't wait to see him in Tank fight one day. Do you feel like it's always so tough when we ask these two companies to do a fight together?
Not the two companies. That's nonsense. It's the expectation that each guy has, how much they each want for a fight, and sometimes it's too much. It's not like fighters used to fight years ago, small guarantees and fight on percentage. If they don't do that, they expect the promoters to put up crazy money, which promoters can lose. And if promoters lose money continuously on fights, there won't be promoters anymore. So Al has to be careful. The zone, Eddie Hearn has to be careful. We have to be careful. You can't extend yourself in a way that you're going to take a major hit just to do a fight that really is an appealing fight.
That's not ready yet to be made, maybe?
Not a question of not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. We're not gamblers. We'll take risks, but we're not gamblers. I mean, to put up tremendous guarantees for that fight, to make a couple of dollars if you're lucky, probably to lose considerable money, why do it? I'd rather buy a ticket and go watch the fight.
So how do you think these three great American lightweights situate themselves? Haney, Stevenson, and Davis. I mean, Lomachenko could upset all that Saturday night and beat Haney, but how does that play out?
I have no idea. Working the deal with Devin on this fight, they went for our formula. Take a good guarantee, take an upside, and if it really hits, you'll make more money. That's the way it always was with Ray Leonard, with Hearns, with Hagler, and unless it goes back to that, the fights won't be made. Don't blame the promoter. I have no problem working with Al Heyman or with Eddie Hearn in the zone. No problem at all. Al doesn't have any problem working with Top Rank. But the deal has to make sense. You can't ask us to take crazy risks where we can lose a lot of money and really make nothing if we're successful.
You're going to have Emiliano Vargas. What can you tell about this great fighter? Prospect?
He looks good. He's young. He has the genes. We're going to see him he's a work in progress.
You believe that he could be a ferocito like his father?
We'll have to see.
Was his dad one of the ones that got away? You probably really wanted to sign him when he was...
Well, that was really funny because we had a contract with him when he was an amateur. And Main Events had a contract with Mayweather when he was an amateur. So under the rules then, that when they turned pro, they could get out of the contract by paying back the money that was advanced to them.
Right.
So Main Events had Fernando pay back all the money we had advanced to him when he was an amateur, and he went with them. And we paid back Main Events for all the money they had advanced to Mayweather, and he came with us. So that's how that worked out.
Just with Haney, Bob, what do you think is more likely for him? Will he move up to 40 after this?
He has to. I think he's having trouble with the weight. I mean, and it's not good for his health to do this more than once.
So Stevenson, Haney for now, forget about it? Forget about it, Stevenson and Haney for now, because Haney's got to move up after this?
But look at Stevenson. He's a growing boy.
So he could go up to 40, you mean?
Go to 47.
Anybody else?
No, that's it.
Thank you, Bob.
Bob.
Can you talk about the homecoming fight for...
The what?
homecoming fight for Big Baby.
The homecoming fight for Big Baby.
Oh, Jack, I'm really excited. We went to Toledo to kick it off. It's going to be a massive turnout for him. Sometimes you have a feeling about a fighter that you look at him, you watch him, and you perceive greatness. And that's how I look at Jared Anderson. I really think Jared Anderson is going to be the next big thing in the heavyweight division.
How about him and Big Bang Jang? Him and Big Bang Jang. That'd be a hell of a fight, right?
I don't know if he's ready yet for it.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. Fight Saturday, Haney is the favorite. Are you expecting him to remain with the company after this fight and anything? Or?
Haney, let me put it this way. A fighter is going to go where his best economic opportunity is. So if Haney wins or loses, and we offer him a fight, and they determine that it's better than another promoter offering the fight on a different platform, he'll sign with us for that fight. We don't own him. We're not looking for a long-term contract. We only look for long-term contracts with guys who are starting out. So the idea that if Haney wins and does a fight with PBC or with the Zone, if it's more attractive to him, why shouldn't he do it? I mean, I don't object to any of that as long as fighters don't try to breach their contract. And Haney has no contract with us going forward.
What do you feel? What do you feel about Lomachenko's team saying that this is his last chance? As far as the devil, this is his last chance to really,
Well, because if Loma happens to lose and Haney moves up to 140, and the titles are vacant, then it's going to take a hell of a lot of fights for Lomachenko to become the undisputed lightweight champion. That's what he means.
What did you think of, Bill Haney, a little bit of a fire under him and Devon's, but that you earlier in the promotion said it might be a smart bet to pick Lomachenko. Do you feel like that lit a fire under them a little bit?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm not a bookmaker.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at this as being an even fight. What are the odds now on the fight?
I believe Haney's a slight favorite.
Slight favorite, so, it's like an even fight. So, people will bet the way they think the outcome will go.
But let me ask you this. We talk about so many things about Haney and Loma. But what about Oscar Valdez? I believe it's a very difficult fight. He needs to recover the confidence.
Yeah, we're big supporters of Oscar Valdez. We've promoted him from his first professional fight, and we hope he comes through on Saturday, because then we'll be able to make the match that was supposed to happen before he was injured, him against Navarrete.
Did you get a chance to see the Rolly Romero fight?
No, but I saw the clip of when Tony stopped the fight, and that was a crazy stoppage. But from Tony's standpoint, he didn't see, I think, the fact that the punches that Romero was throwing were missing.
Yeah.
And so it was one punch after another, but they were all missing. So that stoppage was unfortunate. But Tony is a good referee, and he just blew one.